guys, welcome back to Super Dynamic Bros. I'm your host, Michael Sarabona.
I'm Isaiah Amaro.
And today we'll be doing the top 10 book to movie adaptations in honor of The Dark Tower that came out this past weekend. So here is going to be our top 10 list.
Of worst.
Did I say best or worst?
You said best.
Probably. I said best?
I'm pretty sure you said
I
best.
meant worst. See? We're already off to a worse start. Alright, coming out at number 10 is The Hobbit Trilogy. Now, the original Hobbit book is literally 125 pages.
Give or take it.
Okay? And they decided to expand this book into 3 almost 3-hour long movies. Like, it literally pretty much, it kept expanding on what was great about The Hobbit, putting in stuff that you remember from Lord of the Rings, and giving you this bland CGI-filled craziness. Like, you're not really connected with any of the characters like you are in Lord of the Rings. Like, it
was honestly, it's a typical explanation of being milking the cow. They try to milk it as long as they could with this franchise, and they wanted another Lord of the Rings. But it ended up not happening.
It's almost kind of like, you can compare it to like how the Star Wars prequels were, and these are the Lord of the Rings prequels. It's just
terrible,
bad, bland, has no faith to the original source material. All right, so what's coming at number 9?
At number 9, we're having Gulliver's Travel, starring Jack Black.
And this was back in the time when Jack Black wasn't making the best movies.
No, ever since Pick of Destiny, and then everything else kind of went downhill.
Yeah, the original book is supposed to tell this fun adventure about a guy going to it was like a world where everything was like smaller.
It was like you went to like the what's it called, the triangle.
The Bermuda Triangle.
Bermuda Triangle, and then someone ends up in this island where everything is just really tiny. I guess he's normal size, and you try to monetize this tale with. I think what was in the movie?
It was like Jack Black jokes,
basically,
but like the worst kind of like Jack Black jokes. So it took what was a really fun premise for a movie, made it into a cheap comedy, and just not that very good. No. Not from what I remember.
Poor waste of money.
What's
number 8?
Coming in at number 8 is Alice in Wonderland.
The Tim Burton movie.
The Tim Burton version, the live action version. This was so rough to get through. Like, this movie was like a really bad acid trip.
Like, I really tried to watch the first one, and I felt that it was just too much Johnny Depp and too weird of like Tim Burton style movie.
This was like Tim Burton off the hinges,
Basically.
This wasn't like this wasn't the spirit that, like Edward Scissorhands or Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
This is just like he tried to do what the magic he had back in the 90s and end up failing, like Planet of the Apes failing hard.
or like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory,
or even that too. Fuck.
Yeah, it's Tim Burton at his worst. It's Johnny Depp. I'm pretty sure he doesn't even want to be there anymore,
especially in part 2. I didn't even get halfway through part 2 without falling asleep.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I forgot there even was a part 2. I didn't even see it.
And it was supposed to be like a part 3, but I'm pretty sure the producers finally realized this is a bad idea.
Nope, hopefully we're finally done with these Alice in Wonderland movies. What's coming at number 7?
At number 7, we have Aragon.
Now, does anyone remember Aragon?
Very little.
Neither do we too. I remember it was pretty much a rip-off of Lord of the Rings.
Dragon's Eggs.
It was another one of those white, those young adult books, trying to be Dungeons and Dragons, but not at all interesting and very bland. The only thing I remember was John McAvoy was in it for like 5 minutes.
Wow, this was like John McAvoy's before he was famous.
No, this was like this. I'm pretty sure there was like an era where he kind of stopped caring, and this was like a cash grab for him. It's a really bad fantasy film. With dragons, and it's pretty much, it's a rip-off of,
But I heard the books was good. It's just a really terrible version of it.
Yeah, this was back when everyone was trying to cash in on the Harry Potter money, try to make any book into a franchise, and
look what happens.
you end up being Aragon. So, sorry about that. What's coming in at number 6?
Number 6, we have the 2000 version of Carrie. I forgot what year it came out, honestly.
The 2013 version of Carrie, though, based on, the Stephen King book, Carrie.
Yeah, not the one that came out in the...
No, not the classic horror movie.
That one was great.
Yeah, this is another one of those.
The modern version of it.
Yeah, it's a remake of a classic horror movie that's not at all as good as its original source material. It's a bad movie, and Chloe Grace Moretz is actually a really good actress.
No, she was good. Her mother in the movie was
Julianne Moore was.
I think it was it.
God,
I got a picture of the face, but I can't remember that.
Yeah, it was Julianne Moore, and
she was great in that movie too. So was this girl, but
it was such a weak and bland interpretation of of the original movie. It was just it's one of those. It's a shot for shot remake of the original.
But somehow you still end up messing that one up.
Yeah, you still end up leaving a bad taste in my mouth.
And forgettable.
Super forgettable.
Like doing this list, we forgot this movie existed. It's forgettable.
I remember seeing it. I remember hating it, and
I forgot all about it.
I even forgot who was even in it at one point. So
and number 5,
The Cat in the Hat. So remember how the Grinch Stole Christmas,
which made good money. It
made us a lot of money,
and it was pretty decent at best.
Yeah. So let's take another famous comedian and put him in a Dr. Seuss book.
Live action.
Mike Myers as Cat in the Hat.
Playing Mike Myers in a cat suit.
It's like a really, really bad SNL sketch that lasts way too long. You know what I mean?
It basically was, Mike Myers playing Mike Myers as Mike Myers in a cat suit.
And I love Mike Myers. We love the Austin Powers movies.
Of course, I love Wayne's World and all that. But
this was the beginning of the end for his career. This was like it was Cat in the Hat, then it was a Love Guru, and now where is he? He's on the Gong Show, and
playing as
this is the end.
No, what you had Alec Baldwin in the movie too, playing as a villain.
Alec Baldwin was in the movie.
He was, my God. Yeah. The 2 kids that were annoying as hell in that movie too.
Oh, Dakota Fanning was one of the kids.
Dakota Fanning, I didn't like her in that movie either.
No, she's good, but she's not good in that one.
And that fat kid, I forgot his name too, but he was in that movie too.
I can't remember his name.
No, and Beans was in that movie too.
Was Beans the fat kid?
No, Beans was he was at the birthday party. I remember at the end of the movie,
he
put his hand over the fire. He was like, "Ow."
Oh, that is so true. Oh my God, I forgot Beans was in that movie. Beans from Even Stevens.
Even Stevens. But comparing this movie to the book,
no, the book
does not do it justice.
It's like the movie's trying to make fun of the original book and
like a parody of it, and just ends up.
Like I said, it's a really bad SNL sketch that lasts way too long. Recycles the same jokes. It's really creepy. It's super weird.
You try to make a dark version of it at the end, and it's just.
No, I mean, Mike Myers as in the cat suit is so creepy that did you see how they try to with the new It trailer? Instead of Pennywise, they put Mike Myers Cat in the Hat in there.
I saw that.
And it's hilarious. That's how creepy it is. All right, enough about Cat in the Hat. It's giving me nightmares of him in the cat suit. What's at number 4?
Number 4 is going to be Bridge of Terabithia.
I hate this movie so much.
I read that book in 5th grade. They made us read it. Force-fed us reading a book. And then when the movie came out, of course, we were all excited. We all read the book. So, last field trip to the movies.
Okay, so I never read the book. I'll admit that. I never read this book. I remember watching the trailers, and it gave like this kind of like a Narnia vibe to it about, I felt like this movie was going to be about, oh, these kids are going, on this cool adventure into this strange and weird forest, meeting cool creatures.
That's all imagination. Build a treehouse and stuff, And
then I watched the movies, and spoiler alert, it's about a kid trying to get over the death of his best friend.
That he just met that summer.
Super depressing. It is an awfully depressing movie. And look, I'm all for, movies can be sad. Of course they can.
Kids could die. It's okay. But,
but this is just, it was so off-putting and just so not what they advertised. Like, I was hoping for, I'm going to go see this movie for this fun, cool adventure. And I don't even remember any of those parts in the movie.
No, honestly,
any parts of the trailer. I don't think it even made it to the movie.
And what's sad is I remember the book more than what I remember that movie. And I don't remember books at all.
Was the book anything like that movie? Because damn, I ain't reading that book either then. Oof, oh my god.
Now it's to number 3. Top worst 3.
Coming in number 3. I'm sorry, fangirls, but Twilight. Remember the Twilight phase? What team were you on? Were you Team Jacob or were you Team Edward?
I was a manly man who did not watch Twilight.
I hate the fact that I remember what teams there were. God, this movie, what can I even say about it? This is about sparkling vampires and a girl falling in love. With
either a wolf or a vampire.
There's so many better love stories in this book than this movie.
Like Underworld. I'd rather watch
Underworld.
That was my team.
Better.
I was Team Liking.
I was Team. What was her name? Selena. There you go. Kate Beckinsale. No, yeah, but Twilight. It's such an awful idea. Sparkling vampires.
And she ended up being pregnant with like a vampire kid, and she ended up turning into a vampire.
Dude, I just watched the first one.
I'm just remembering off the trailers.
I might have Cliff Notes the other ones, but I'm pretty sure that's what they were about. Yeah, I'm sorry, fangirls, but you gotta understand that these movies were awful. These are awful movies.
Terrible.
And you know what's the worst part? Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, they're actually legitimately good actors outside of this franchise.
It's just a terrible written movie.
But they will be always remembered for this. I'm sorry, Robert Pattinson. He's actually a good actor.
What was the last good movie you saw him in?
You ever seen The Rover?
Yes, once.
He was so good in that movie.
He was.
Like, I'm sorry, dude. And Kristen Stewart, she's had some good stuff. Not Snow White.
Not Snow White.
Not Snow White.
Not Snow
she was pretty much still playing Bella, but as Snow White. But yeah, he's just an awfully made movie. Awful series. Remember, I had a lot of friends in high school that were in love with these books.
Every single girl in high school was into that movie.
Sorry, we're not Edwards or Jacobs.
We're average Joes.
Yeah. We're Michael and Isaiah. Sorry,
bud.
Well, it doesn't... Well, you know, coming in at number 2, you know that this was actually based off of Twilight fan fiction?
Really?
Yep.
Holy shit.
50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades of Grey at number 2. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not read the book.
I saw the movie. Well, you know, actually, I read snippets of the book and at a Barnes & Noble, accidentally in front of a lot of kids. Almost got kicked out.
At least you weren't listening to our audiobook of it. How do you explain that in the car when you're just listening to them having sex?
What are you listening to? Nothing.
Bandage. Sex.
No, but the movie is awful. It's like the worst. It's the worst acting. It's the worst chemistry between any leads I've ever seen. And you're going for the sex scenes, right? And the sex scenes are not even sexy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really bad.
And I heard women were falling for this movie too.
It's just really bad softcore porn, but like the worst type. Like, it's not sexy.
Does that have anything to do with the book?
I'm assuming. Like, I heard that the book is a lot more graphic, and the movie is like the soft version of it. And the books apparently is already bad to begin with.
And then they made a sequel off of it. And the sequel was even worse.
Then they're gonna make a third one too.
And it's gonna make even worse money.
And this is Twilight again.
All over again.
But it's just it's so, you know, it's honestly, it's so bad it's kind of funny. I would recommend watching it just of how bad it is.
Just do a drinking contest off of it.
Oh my god, that'd be a great drinking game. You'd be drunk within the first 5 minutes probably. Just come up with a drinking game for it.
Anything.
You know, with wine, because, you know, it's for women, so wine's a good drink.
Of course. And at number 1, the worst movie adaptation of a book.
Well, not even a book.
A manga.
A manga.
Japanese books.
What is it, Isaiah?
It is Dragon Ball Evolution.
Oof.
Jesus Christ, when everybody was saying that.
You know, I don't usually get angry when I walk out of movies. Sometimes if I see a bad movie, I'm like, alright, that was bad. I'll go watch something else. I remember I walked out of Dragon Ball Evolution, wanting to walk out after the first 10 minutes, but stuck through it. I walked out so angry that I lost all faith in God, America, Japanese manga,
Producer.
everything, producers.
The only problem, I have a problem with, white casting. I had a problem with, everything is set right there. You have a whole books to go by. You don't have to change anything.
You even have a long-running
TV show. Just
several
copy
TV
off
shows.
of that. We don't care. We're fans of it. We'll watch the same exact thing off that TV show. Cut and paste. Just with live people. But when you change up everything, you make him, he's in high school now. He's with it. He's that.
Oh, he's in a very multicultural high school that everyone knows martial arts in.
Basically.
Where was that in the original source material?
No fucking idea.
Wasn't there. But yeah, no, it's awful. It's even worse than Avatar: The Last Airbender,
Oh my
and
God.
that
I
was
didn't want to
pretty
talk about
bad.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. That's another.
But this one was
That's
the
another
worst.
list
than
we'll
that.
make.
I mean, you can. There's an argument that can be made. It's probably the worst movie ever made.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Definitely a worse movie adaptation. Worse.
Yeah, this is.
I
I
get
mean,
upset thinking
this
about
is
it.
number one on everyone's list for worst anything. So obviously it has to be number one for our book to film adaptations. It's such a bad movie. I can't even. It's not like 50
I never
Shades
did a list
where
where I would
recommend.
just get mad at the end of this list.
Yeah, I was actually pretty positive with The Hobbit, but now we're here. Now we're with Dragon Ball. So
Oh, guys.
I recommend watching none of these movies.
Well, if you do, just be prepared.
Sorry, guys. Well, thank you all for joining us for today, and we'll catch you guys next time. Take care.
Goodbye.